We've managed 2 wins and a draw out of the 4 of the 5 games that I have left to try and save my job at Boreham Wood. We have just 1 game left and we need a win. If we don't get that win, I'm probably going to be looking for another job. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 38 of One Team, One Dream, Into the Woods. My name is James, and on today's episode, we have that crucial game at home against Exeter, where it is do or die. We either get the win, or more than likely I'm going to get sacked. If I don't get sacked, we'll also have the next game away at Leyton, Orient. If we lose and I get sacked, I'll outline my plans for the rest of the save. Someone in the comments of the last video did ask what I was looking to do. I will look to continue doing the save. I won't be able to do the job hunt as such on video, but I'll be determined to try and find another job and try and continue the save in some form. Now, the only pieces of news are Sine Sato, I think his name was, Sine Sato, who was Norwegian or Finnish goalkeeper who we were trying to bring him in. Unfortunately, he didn't get a work permit, and he refused to join without work permit, which is absolutely fine. So I cancelled that transfer request. So we are still looking for a goalkeeper to challenge Hadar. The only other piece of news, on terms of the club vision, I am back up to a C again, and they are back up to just being disappointed rather than devastated. So the recent change, the slight improvement in form in recent games has definitely gone a long way to hopefully repairing this a little bit. And if we look at the recent games, so we in the last episode had the Forest Green 2-0 away loss, and then we beat Southend in that incredible match 6-2. We then followed that up with a away win against Stevenage and a 2-2 draw away at Tranmere, which is probably the most disappointing of the results, as it is 20th place Tranmere. And if we'd have got that win today, all we'd have needed was a point from this game, and it would definitely have taken a little bit of the pressure off. But one thing you will notice, if I even scroll up a little bit, we have had, for as long as I can remember, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, each week, there has been multiple games every single week for months on end. And unfortunately, with all of that, it means if we go into the team for today's match, a number of these players are struggling. We have not done any training for the last 2 weeks, bar the usual recovery periods after games, match previews and match reviews. Excluding those, we've done no other training, and the players are still tired. Devine, Kirk, and Mundor are having to start on the bench. Crossdale is also on the bench as well for this game, just to start with, because I don't want to break them. They are pushing past the point at which I am happy starting players, especially when Tricker's also out saying they need a rest, and actually a number of these players do not have full fitness bars going into this game, and so I want to limit the amount of unfit players we actually have in this match. Only other piece of news in terms of team is that Hosanna picked up an injury in the last match. He has shin splints, which is one of those injuries that sounds extremely painful. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks, so we won't see him for a month and a half. There's a small chance we may not see him again this season, depending on how well the new loan guy does when he comes in and slots into the fullback role at right back. Other than that, this is the team that is going to go out there against Exeter to try and get the 3 points. We have Huddart in goal, a back four of Hancock, Tricker, Tizard and Reddy. Adeniran, Adebayo and Lewis are the midfield, with Robson as the attacking midfield role, and then Yeats and Fagan up front. If we want one other piece of positive news, is that Yeats has also started scoring again, so we have now 3 strikers who are in a little bit of scoring form. So I'd like to think of whichever 2 of the 3 we have on the field, we're at the very least going to be able to score some goals. So here we are, the players step out onto what is hopefully not my last match in charge of Boreham Wood. Hopefully I have many games to come, but we definitely need a goal early in this match to settle not only my nerves, but the nerves of the players as well. And Exeter have the first highlight on 25 minutes. They have a free kick near the corner flag, whipped into the centre. Arthur luckily smashes it over the bar, and Exeter's first chance is a poor one. Exeter have a corner here on the left-hand side. Is put to the back post. Yeats manages to clear it, and Tricker manages to finish the clearance, but it only goes wide as far as Allen. Now to Clyde. Exeter looking to build again. to Main. Main's now in the penalty area. Back to Clyde. Shoots from range. Luckily, it goes wide. But that is 2 iffy moments for us at the back. We're going to go to a positive mentality just before half-time because we've only had 1 shot on target in that first half. Luckily, Exeter have not had a single shot on target. But this is far more nervy than it should be. I'm going to point the finger. I'm not happy with their performance out there. I don't think we saw anything in that first half to be positive about. And straight away, Exeter have another corner. Straight away in the second half, we managed to clear it. Robson has the ball and he is in a little bit of space. Can we counter-attack this? He has loads of space to better run in. Can he keep the defenders at bay? He is now close to the penalty. He's in the penalty area. He crosses it to Fagan, who puts it in. It's disallowed because he's offside. That goal, that run by Robson deserved a goal. What a run by Robson into the penalty. That is... I mean, come on. If the lines are flashing like that, surely you can't call that as offside. But we have a throw in here on the left-hand side with Hancock to Yeats, back to Yeats. Yeats whipped in the centre to Fagan. Fagan puts it into the top corner, and on 57 minutes, has Fagan scored the goal that keeps my job at Boreham Wood. Hancock with the throw. Lovely 1-2 with Yeats. Just chips it over the top for Yeats to get past his man. Whipped into the centre. Fagan with the head towering above everyone else into the top corner. I'm not sure how many he scored this season. It might be his 7th or 8th, I think. But it doesn't matter because we've got our first goal. And we have another highlight here. Goal kick with Huddard. Only goes as far, unfortunately, as an Exeter player. Exeter are now looking to come forward. But a brilliant tackle by Adebayi, who whips it forward looking for Yeats. And Yeats has passed his man. He's in the penalty area. Can he find a man? He goes in. He's tackled. Is that a penalty? No, it was a great tackle, as the referee says. And Exeter now look to bring the ball forward. Again, with Key on that right-hand side. He's not being tackled. Luckily, we managed to put a foot in to Lewis, to Yeats. This is some one-touch football in the penalty area. Unfortunately, hits a crossbar, but comes back to Fagan, who puts it in for his 9th goal of the season to make it 2-0 on the 64th minute. And unless we absolutely fall apart in this last 25 minutes, cue to me crying and weeping on my desk. But unless we fall apart, we have the final 3 points that I needed to keep my job and pushes us within 1 point of the playoffs. We have another highlight here on 68 minutes. Can we make it 3? Come on, boys. Adebayi with the ball to Robson. Unfortunately, we almost lost the ball there, but luckily... And Adrenaline, it's going to take a while for him to get his name right. Puts a tackle and Yeats from range. Ward makes the save. Puts it out for a corner. Lewis with the corner. Whips into the centre. Exeter managed to clear it. But Adrenaline, he's doing it on purpose now, getting all these touches on the ball. Adrenaline gets the ball to Adebayi. Poor pass by Adebayi to Seymour. Exeter now look to come forward. Luckily, the highlight ends. Nothing comes of it. Just before this highlight happens, we're going to need to make some substitutions because these players are probably out on their feet. Adebayi is going to come off for McDonnell. I'm actually going to push McDonnell back into the defensive midfielder role. I'm going to put Mundell in that Carolero role. He's not as comfortable there, but he'll do a job for the time being. On the 72nd minute, Exeter have a throw-in. Another brilliant tackle to hit it forward, but only as far as their player. Now to Tricker, to Adebayi. Lovely ball forward to Yeats. Yeats has been playing really well. He's gone past his man, left him in his dust. He's in the penalty area. He's going to go alone himself. Unfortunately, he had 2 or 3 men in the penalty area he could have passed to. He saw his name in lights, but sadly, his shot ended up in the lights of the stand. And now Exeter have a throw-in on the right-hand side to Facey. Facey is chipped. The ball is chipped forward. Hancock. What is Hancock doing there? Smashes it across his own goal net. Exeter have the ball back in loads of space with Page. Now to Collins, whipped into the centre to Bowman. Now to Dysart on the edge of the penalty area. There is nobody marking him whatsoever. And with 11 minutes left to play, we are now doing what I said I hoped we weren't going to do earlier, which is fall apart. We have let Exeter back into this game. I'm going to encourage the players. Let's drop back to a balanced mentality. Now hopefully we'll see out this game. Right, 5 minutes left to play, 4 minutes left to play. Robson is struggling, so we're going to bring on McNeef for him to make the last substitution. Hopefully everyone else can see out the game. And McDonnell has a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Ward makes the save. And we go straight into another highlight. That was very quick. for the fact we thought we were going into a corner. Huddart with the ball, whip forward to McDonnell. McNeef, Yeats is brought down there. Surely you're going to send him off, ref. No, he's given a yellow card. I think he still should have sent him off, even though he wasn't the last man. But McDonnell gets another chance, presumably, to whip it into the penalty area. Is he going to shoot from range, or is he going to cross it in? He crosses it in looking for Fagan, couldn't find him. Defender manages to put it out for what will look like a throw-in. And this should surely be the last action now of this game. Ready with a throw-in on the right-hand side. Take your time, son. Just see out the clock. There we go. No time for the throw-in. We have the 3 points. Fagan and Yeats with 8+ average ratings each. Everyone else was a little bit iffy in that game, but the strikers did what they needed to do. We got the goals. We got the win. That is hopefully the end of this points tally system. That is all 10 points I needed. Hopefully I now get to keep my job. And that pushes us into 5th place. We are now to 5th place in the playoffs. What a massive repair of our league position that one win has done. All right, we've got confirmation of the win. Doesn't look like, as rumours that Daly might move to Sunderland, that's not going to happen. It's the start of the transfer window, but as we have no confirmation and no other things, I presume that means I'm now up to a B- from an E that I was on in the last episode. And the board are now pleased. It looks like that has fixed my relationship with the board. So with that out of the way, we can now move on to Leyton Orient and hopefully get another 3 points to start cementing our position back in the playoffs. Our first deal of the transfer window is now in. This one was obviously set up prior to the transfer window, but Alebiosu has now come in. 22-year-old Nigerian right back, 2.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. He's not as much of an upgrade as I was hoping he was going to be based on our scout ratings. He's only a little bit better than Bryce Hosanna, but he does provide a little bit more competition to him than Reddy does at the moment based on how young Reddy is. His physicals look pretty good, even if he's a little bit iffy around the edges. Good work rate and okay crossing. So he will get thrown in to the match against Leyton Orient. He'll normally likely be in the starting 11 for as long as Hosanna is out with his shin splints. Well, here we are for match 2 of the episode as we go away to Leyton Orient. It really does feel like a massive weight has been lifted after we managed to hit the points total expected by the board and have jumped up to 5th in the table. But we still need to keep the momentum going. We can't lose focus now. It is not over yet, and we've still got a long way to go with at least 4 months of the season still to play. And for this match, we have an almost identical starting 11. The only difference is that Alebiosu comes in for his first start on loan with us from Arsenal. So Ryan Alebiosu comes in for Reddy, who drops to the bench, but he will be on there just in case we need to bring him on later on in the game. So the team is Huddard in goal, a back four Divine, Tricker, Kirk and Alebiosu, Adeniran, Adebayo and Lewis in midfield, Robinson in attacking midfield, and Yeats and Fagan up front. It is baffling to me that this will be the second game in a row that Taylor Crossdale has been on the bench, but Fagan is technically the better player, and Yeats is scoring, so those are the two that start. But I will be more than happy to take either off if they're not playing very well at halftime and bring on Taylor Crossdale to give him as much game time as possible, because the last thing I want to do is knock any of them off their form. And we have a highlight on 25 minutes. Huddart with the goal kick, but only can find the left back Kelly for Leyton Orient. Big ball forward, but Kirk managed to find the ball to Lewis, to Robson. Chipped forward, Yeats has managed to beat the final man, hits it on the half volley, unfortunately is just offside. That had to be very close. I mean, when the ball came through, he was the other side of his man. So it's not that close at all, is it? He's a good couple of feet offside there, which is unfortunate. Could have just tried to bend his run a little bit, but unfortunately the first chance goes begging. And coming into half-time, that is a very tentative first half. We have an XG of 0.00 with the one shot on target, which I would the offside goal count as a shot on target? I don't know if it would, if it was cancelled out. It says we're the better team. How can you even tell? I'm going to point the finger, so I'm not happy with this performance. Kirk may be having a good game. I think he's actually the only positive rating on the field at the moment. But everyone else needs to take a little bit of responsibility as well. I think let's push to a positive mentality. because Leyton Orient don't seem to be really doing anything either. And as much as I don't want to invite them on by pushing forward a little bit more, we need to try and create something in this game. I think this game is definitely for the taking. And we have a highlight here on 68-69 minutes. Huddart with the goal kick. This time to Orgi at the on the left-hand side. And he's been given a little bit of space. Manages to chip forward. Kirk manages to clear it though to Lewis. Can we build something now? To Alabiosu. Fagan managed to turn his man. Unfortunately, it goes to the Leyton Orient defender. But Alabiosu for the second chance. This time he manages to find Fagan. Can he find a man? Unfortunately, he can't. We lose the ball to Leyton Orient yet again. Ball goes out wide. This time to Asal, who's on a little bit of run. He's managed to find Savage, who's managed to cut through our defence. Luckily, a mixture of Huddart and the post manages to keep that one out. But that is probably, bar the offside goal, probably the best opportunity so far in this game. But not much else has in fact happened. Tricker is having a terrible game on a 6.2. Now take him off and bring on Tizard. Robson is also not having a great game. So let's push Lewis forward and put Mundell in that Mazzala role. And do you know what? Let's make all 3 substitutions. Let's switch Fagan over to that advanced forward role. Put Taylor Crossdale in the poacher role as well. I might, if I'm going to play Fagan and Yeats again, I might play them the other way around, because Fagan is stronger, far stronger in the advanced forward role than Yeats. So it's probably a little bit of me playing them in the wrong positions there when it comes to their scoring opportunities. Leyton Orient have a throw in on the left hand side, but Mundell manages to clear it. Taylor Crossdale with first touch in this match manages to turn his man. He's finding a little bit of space. He's got one man in front of him. Wild tackle from the player there, but Taylor Crossdale keeps the ball. He tries to whip it into the centre to his partner Fagan. Fagan just over the top. Fagan should have done better with that. Should have got it on target. Can we do another shout? We can encourage, but Leyton Orient have another highlight with a throw in. This time on the right hand side with Ansel into the penalty area. Leyton Orient player free in space. We managed to block the first shot to Copping from range. I mean, you can't really do anything about that from a shot perspective. That was a fantastic goal, but we should have been closing him down. There's been very few opportunities in this game. And he comes in, as you can see, comes in number 15 from the right-hand side. Loads of space. Lewis did not close him down quickly enough. And he puts it in the back of the net. I think that will be the winning goal in this game, because there is not much in this game at all. And none of our players, for how well we've played in the last couple of games, yet again have dropped off. Let's see if we can push anybody forward. Let's push Alabiosu forward. Let's put them now let's put them as attacking wing backs. Let's really push forward now. Push Mundell forward as well to attacking role. Lewis, as many people as we can need to push forward for this last 10 minutes. Hopefully we might be able to do something about it. Can we encourage? Let's go very attacking. But Leyton Orient have a corner here, whipped into the centre. Copping from the corner this time. And it's almost like the pressure is off and we just fall back into our old ways. Ansel with the corner, whipped to the back post. Who is that? Number 4, Tizard, who's come on for Tricker. I mean, I know Tricker was on a 6.2, but I almost think would Tricker have been better in that position than Tizard? Maybe Tizard showing a lack of experience there. But the ball's coming forward with us with Devine. Devine whipped in the centre to Fagan. Fagan on the first opportunity. Mundell manages to get the second. But I think coming into injury time, that unfortunately is only going to be a consolation goal. Can we do another shout? We can encourage one more time. See if we can try and salvage a draw from this, which would be absolutely incredible at this point. The time is ticking down, and that is it, I think now. Yep, that is it, full time. Disappointing. After all the positivity of hitting our points target set by the board, we have slipped back into our old ways and we are back to being a poor side again. And I agree with my assistant manager, simply put, was not good enough. We can't blame anything except ourselves in that game, because no one really was tired. Everyone was, bar Kirk, who was going to need a little bit of a rest. Everyone else was fully fit. We had what in theory would be our best starting 11. Maybe if I'd have had Fagan and Yeats the right way round in the first half, maybe it might have been different, but that doesn't change the fact that we defended poorly and conceded 2 goals that we shouldn't have done. One was from a set piece and one was from distance, neither of which should have been allowed to happen. We do get the confirmation that the board is delighted to inform me that, following the promise I made to them, they're now satisfied that I've done my utmost to keep it. As a result of the improvements you have made as a manager, the board have cancelled any plans to relieve you of my role at the club. I am perfectly happy with that. The board hope they won't give them any reason to regret their decision. We've just lost away at Leyton Orient, who are in mid-table, and dropped down to 7th. So we're now only one position up from where we were, and only in the playoffs on goal difference. But keeping the positives, we got a win that we needed on today's episode. We got the more important win, and we have won 3 of the last 4 games. But there is still a lot of red in there, too much red in there at the moment. And if we want to stay in the playoff picture, which we need to really, if I want to keep my job, we're going to need to get some more green. Well, if you are happy that I've kept my job at Boreham Wood and the save will be continuing, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of brand new FM21 videos as they come out. And thank you very much for watching.